Well, guys, it probably won't be that much of a video today, but this is what I'm doing. If you watched the other day's video, yesterday's, whenever put it up, uh, I gave this S10 Ranger 93 Ford Ranger, S10 Ranger I call it because of the Corvette Rally wheels. Gave it a good wash job. It needed it. And now I'm putting on doing a hand wax job with turtle wax. It's a paste. And started working on it here. I've already got it on the windows. I wax everything on a car or a truck. So fix and climb up in the bed and do the top here, and then I'm going to put wax all over it. Beauty rings, everything. Door jambs, the whole 9 yards. Getting it ready for wintertime. As I've said, I've had this truck for a very long time, 16 years, maybe a little more than that. And it's been a good little truck. There's some things about the truck that I don't really care for, but like I said, I've never had a new car or a truck in my whole life, so I'm real happy to have this one. It runs and drives good. It's got good AC, good heat, and it's not as good on gas as what you might think. It probably gets in the 20s. I would have thought this little truck would get more, but I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, I'm thinking maybe because it's a 4-cylinder, I think it's a 2300, best I can remember, engine. And it's a good little engine, doesn't use oil or anything. It's got 136,000 actual miles on it. It come from, let me see, it's on the tailgate. I can't remember if it's Charlotte, North Carolina. I don't know if you can see that or not. Harrelson Ford, Charlotte, North Carolina. I don't know how it wound up here in East Tennessee, but I'm glad it did. Like I said, I've had it for a long time, years and years. I'll tell you a few things that I don't really care for about the truck. But I mean, then again, you know, I like it. It's a good truck. Like I said, it does. Like I said in yesterday's video, I think it's not the fastest truck out there. It's a 4-cylinder, 5-speed, and it's not real fast. I mean, it's a. I mean, if you see a hill coming, is what I'm trying to figure out a way to explain this to you. If you've never driven one of these before, if you see a hill coming, you better get you up some speed because it might not have enough strength. I mean, you'll get over the hill, of course, but I'm saying the speed drops. You might have to shift down from 5th to 4th or sometimes even 3rd. It's not the fastest truck you're ever going to see on the highway. And if I see a hill coming, I will give it the gas and get it going as fast as I can. And, you know, get up the hill, especially with the AC on. So, that being said, as you can see, it's a little truck, obviously, but there's not much room. There's not much leg room in here. I mean, the seats, well, that needs to go back a little more, but the seats, you know, pretty much all the way to the back. So there's not much leg room. I don't like that about the truck. Let's see, what else do I not like about this truck? Well, the headliner, but that's, I mean, that can happen to anybody. It needs a new headliner, like I said. I was trying to think of some more things I'd like. It doesn't have much power. It doesn't get as good a gas mileage as you might think it's going to get. I would have thought, you know, like 25, 28, you know, basically, but it doesn't get that. It's probably lower 20s, I'm guessing. As you know, I have that 07 Chevy Silverado. There's my plane. As you know, I have that 07 Chevy Silverado truck that we've named Coffee. And, you know, basically, how should I say this? Pound for pound, size for size, whatever. Coffee gets pretty good. The 07 Chevy Silverado truck. So, I mean, But then again, this is a 93, and you're talking, nearly 20 years difference. So, like I said, what is this? 93. It's almost, 40, see, 93, 2003, 13. Well, getting close to 30 years old, 28 years old. Sometimes my math doesn't come to me right away like it used to. But I'll tell you some things I do like about the truck. My wife likes this truck. It's small, it's easy to maneuver, and she likes to drive small vehicles. She used to drive a 91 Lincoln Town Car that we had years and years ago when our two boys were living with us. And that was a really good car, had a 4.6 in it, Lincoln. I kept it waxed, it looked like brand new all the time. But she used to drive it all the time, but then she got to where she's driving smaller vehicles, and that's what she prefers to drive. So she likes driving this truck. I'm trying to think of some more things that, really it's a pretty good truck. So I can talk all day and not get nothing done, or I can get busy. So I'll show you what it looks like when I get done, okay? Hang in there. Well, I finally got the whole truck waxed. Door jambs, everything. Wheel centers, beauty rings, bumpers, exhaust tips, everything's waxed. And I know you can't tell it, but the truck has completely changed colors. And it looks so much better. Missed the spot taking wax off. Okay. I was talking about this little engine. I thought I'd go ahead and show you what I'm talking about here. It's a little 2300. It doesn't use anything. It doesn't use oil or anything. I mean, it's a good running little motor for this little truck, and it runs good, and I'm not afraid to go anywhere in it, but you just don't want to be in a hurry. I mean, it'll do 70, 80 miles an hour. It takes a while to get there compared to some vehicles I'm sure y'all have drove before, but it'll get you there and back. So it's in pretty good shape. I've had the front end line, new tires, of course, and like I said, and good little old truck for what it is. I was just checking some of the fluids for the heck of it, and doesn't need nothing. So here's something else I hate about these little Rangers. If you've ever had a Ranger, this body style, this is a 93, as I said. They made them, they look just alike for years. But when you shut the hood, a lot of times the grill will crack right here every time. I don't know if y'all have ever had that problem or not, but I've seen a lot of them with the same spot. It's just a flaw, I guess, from the hood. Let me pause this. I'm going to shut this hood. Okay, it's got a rod that holds the hood up, and you actually have to have two hands in order to shut it, but it looks pretty good. I mean, like I said, it's probably not worth making a video of, but I'm just showing you what I'm doing today, trying to take care of the stuff that I have that is paid for, and nowadays that's pretty important, or it is to Mrs. PIB and myself. Might be asking yourself, I know I've probably told y'all this before, how did I wind up with this truck? Okay, we had we still have two sons. Both of them, I made both of them, I had some vehicles here, obviously, and I let each one of them pick out a vehicle that they wanted, and they was going to have to pay me for it. It's real cheap. One son, the one that owned this one, I had a Toyota Supra as an 84 Toyota Supra, and I had a 78 Chevy four-wheel drive truck, and both of them was good vehicles, but I liked the Chevy truck better. I wasn't afraid to go anywhere in that truck. It wasn't much to look at. The four-wheel drive worked. It didn't have air or anything. It's just no custom deluxe. But, nothing wrong with that. It wasn't a bad-looking old truck. Anyway, I was trying to get him to pick the Chevy truck, the four-wheel drive, the one that wound up with this one. But he didn't. He wanted the Supra, and I can understand that, being a young adult, I guess. And anyway, he got the Supra, and you know, we'd drive him to his place of employment. He worked at a Hardee's. No, McDonald's. Sorry, McDonald's. Yes. And you know, he saved. I was trying to teach both of them the value of $1 and going to work to get things. Okay. Y'all might agree or might not agree. I don't know, but that's the way we raised them. Even here at home, when they lived here, they had chores to do every day before they could go out to play or anything. I mean, they had, every morning they had to make up their bed, put their dirty clothes in the laundry hamper, you know, just stuff that don't take 2 minutes, if that long. But we always made them, you know, had responsibility. That's what I was trying to instill in them, my wife and I. Anyway, I got off topic, as usual. Anyway, he bought the Toyota Supra from me, and it was real cheap. But I was just wanting him to say that when he got his kids, I was wanting him to say he worked for his first vehicle. So anyway, he got the Supra, and he wound up trading it. He sold it to somebody that wanted it worse than he did. And I think it was starting to cause problems anyway. So anyway, he got the money from it, and a guy I worked with had this little Ford Ranger for sale. So he decided at that point in his life he wanted a truck. So he bought this little Ford Ranger. And he had it for a while, had put a new clutch and pressure plate in it, you know, just, you know, fixing little things on the truck. And he found a Chevrolet Z71, full size, you know, Chevy Z71. I was trying to tell him to keep this truck and, you know, get the Z71. You know, he had a better job by then. Still living here at home. Anyway, he was wanting a bigger down payment to put on the truck, and they wasn't going to give him nothing for this thing. And still today, the truck's not worth nothing much. So, they wasn't going to give him hardly anything for it, you know. You know how car dealers are, or whoever. I forgot who he got it from. I think it's a car dealership. Anyway, make a long story short, I gave him more for the truck just to get it because I knew what this little truck was. It's a good little old truck. So I got it, and instead of it going to a car dealership, and so he kept the Z71 for a while, and I've had this little Ford Ranger ever since. And I've had it, I think I've said 16 years. It could be longer than that. It's been a long time. Maybe 18 years. I'm not sure. But it's been a long time here in this driveway. But anyway, it's been a good little old truck, and I just wanted to tell you how I got the truck, and he'd done a lot to it, and I continued doing stuff to it, and it's still here today. Anyway, it makes you appreciate little things sometimes when you have to go out and work for it, and that's what I was trying to instill in both the boys. Anyway, I won't get into I'm not going to get into much more. I'll hush. But I always try to tell you a little bit more about myself. Whether you agree with the way we do things or not, that's entirely up to you, but that's the way we do things here at this house. So, I mean, that's just the way it is. I will tell you this. Sometimes you can have kids, raise them both the same. Both the same. Same house, same rules, same everything. Sometimes one takes to the rules and they go with it and they have a pretty decent life. Sometimes the other one, even though they was raised the same, takes a left turn in their life and they are not in the same shape, I'll say, as good a shape, I'll say. Anyway, that's the way kids are. Sometimes I have wondered about things because we have two boys. One turned out pretty good and the other one not so much. But, you know, all you can do is all you can do. And anyway, I'm sorry I got off on that. Y'all have a wonderful day. It is a beautiful fall day here. The air is crisp. It's about 65 degrees out here and it feels really good. I've been out in the sun and I just love it. Hope y'all staying safe. God bless each and every one of y'all. I'm sorry I got off on the wrong track, but telling stories I probably shouldn't be telling about myself. But you know what? I'm human just like everybody else. We all got our faults. We all have our things, hang-ups, I guess, and things that you wonder what went wrong sometimes. Anyway, still got this little Ranger, S10 Ranger. Y'all have a blessed day. God bless each and every one of y'all. I hope you'll tune in again to Primered is Best, which is what you're watching now. I have a second YouTube channel. I was watching that spotter on my bumper. See where he's going. Looking for a place to live for the winter. I have a second YouTube channel called Man on a Budget. And also, I'm on Instagram, Primered is Best. And Instagram, Man on a Budget 1. I'm also on Facebook, Primered is Best. Y'all have a wonderful day. I'm so glad to get this thing waxed. Looks so much better and it's ready for winter. Y'all have a wonderful day. God bless you. See you later.